This episode begins with Ben and Johnny fighting in the streets in front of their building, while a crowd watches this mess until something interrupts both of them. Reed and Susan, trying to hold the Doombot that keeps repeating the same sentence, which is destroying the Fantastic Four. The bot attacks them, and Reed clarifies that it is different from the other robots. Ben tries to fight it but fails. However, Reed also notices that it is adapting to their powers and knows how to fight back. And then all of them try to stop it, but fail again, until the bot itself struggles, and Reed decides to take it back to the lab. On the other hand, Doom is watching what is happening, and is disappointed that his bot has been taken by the Fantastic Four. Back to Reed in the lab, where he states that Doom managed to create a bot that can think like a human, adapt, and mimics the human's mind. Ben tries to talk to the bot while Reed's system can come back online, but the bot knows only one thing, which is destroying the Fantastic Four. However, Ben tries to teach it basic human activities, such as cleaning, playing, or eating, but fails. It's a robot after all. He takes the bot to teach it some important things. Apparently, it's pranking Johnny. On the other hand, Doom gets a message that his access was successful to the bot again. Susan and Reed try to talk to the system again, but gets interrupted by the Doom bot attacking them. Ben and Johnny head to the lab and find everything destroyed and the big window broken. Ben states that the bot took Susan and Reed, moving on to Doom's castle, where Reed and Susan are being held captive. The Doom and the bot appear, and he threatens them that this is their end. Back to Johnny and Ben, where their friend's fate lies between their hands, and they have the audacity to actually flip a coin for how to save them. Back to Doom, where he shows Reed how he is going to end his friends, and sends rockets to their location, and it immediately follows their plane, which is by the way heading to Doom. Ben and Johnny arrive to Doom's place, and as they are trying to find Reed and Susan, Doom's bots and defenses attack them, but they win against them. Johnny and Ben were about to be pulled into a gate, but also win. Reed and Susan, on the other hand, keep mocking him that he will never be able to defeat the Fantastic Four. Doom's bot captured Johnny and brought him to Doom, but Ben arrives holding 2 destroyed bots and starts scolding the bot that they treated as a friend. Apparently, he is trying to talk some sense into it, as Doom orders the bot to finish him. The bot resists and fights his master and defends Ben. Then Ben starts attacking and fighting Doom. Johnny is being locked in a metal cage and thrown out of the castle. Reed is now free and tries to access the bot but gets electrified, and the bot runs away and goes after Doom. The rest of team head to Johnny and set him free. Ben seems sad that his buddy is now gone and asks them to go back to save him. However, Reed claims that he is already gone and can't be saved, but somehow they manage to locate its location, and now Ben is happy again. Ben was just enjoying his time, walking in the hallway with his snacks until he came across Johnny and warned him not to play games with him and to leave him all alone. They open a game to watch, but the TV won't switch channels, and Johnny tries to assure him that it wasn't him this time. However, a massive red ray opens into the city, and Reed tells Ben that he will unfortunately miss his game this time. Chaos and madness are taking place in the city, as the people run around in terror. The Fantastic Four take their plane and fly to the ray to find out what is happening. Reed asks his system to analyze it, and they follow the ray into the outer space to find out what is happening. They have been there for a long time now. Susan asks the rest if they hear something, and Reed's system warns them that there is an object incoming, and it immediately changes directions and goes into the city. A huge robot lands and throws a tiny alien, and it hits the plane's window. Reed asks Johnny and Susan to take the lead to stop the big robot. Johnny heads to the robot as it's preparing something with some kind of a sword. The tiny alien speaks to Reed and Ben and explains to them what they do on his planet and how they came to Earth to do the same thing. On the other hand, Susan and Johnny try to welcome the robot to Earth, but it attacks them and destroys many blocks of the city with his equipment. Apparently, they are here to steal the minerals and the energy of Earth. Reed scolds the alien, and it immediately flees away. Susan and Johnny are now struggling to avoid the robot's powerful hits, and Susan takes a big hit and faints immediately. Ben tries to save her from falling and splits from Reed's plane and tells him to go after this robot to stop it. He successfully gets to her and saves her after she woke up. They head back to fight this robot. Johnny decides to distract the robot until Reed can figure it out. Johnny tells the robot that there is a big treasure that is more useful to him than the minerals and energy, and the robot seems pleased and lets go of the digging he was doing earlier. The robot follows Johnny, but warns him first that if he is tricking him, he will destroy him and his planet, only after taking what he wants from it. Right now, the Fantastic Four are following Johnny and the big robot. Johnny talks on and on to distract him, but the big robot keeps destroying everything he comes across. Meanwhile, Susan tries to break in the robot's body, but fails miserably. Back to Johnny, just casually walking the robot around the city, to the subway, to the playgrounds, and even the Statue of Liberty. Ben tries to throw an electric tower on the big robot to stop it, but fails again. Seriously, how can they stop this big thing? Ben and Susan throw away his sword into the sea, but he manages to call it back. Reed asks Johnny to lead the big robot to Central Park, and Reed places anti-gravity on the big robot, and everyone leaves immediately. The Fantastic Four gather around to see what happened, as they are wondering in confusion. Where did the big robot go? Reed explains that he simply separated the Earth from the big robot, so now there are two Earths. Great. But they are interrupted by the big robot again landing, and he vows to end all of them, and to extract every last mineral. Reed's system comes in, just to let them know that it has the game's scores. The big robot continues to dig his massive hole into the ground to extract everything it can. The Fantastic Four try to figure it out, but not Reed. He is panicking and asking them, why are they so calm? And they assure him that he always finds a solution. They head to the robot, and Susan uses Ben as a piece of equipment and hit the big robot with him. It immediately falls down to the ground, and Johnny hits it again. Right now, they seem a bit confused on how to take it down. Johnny throws in an idea to let it beat himself up, and Reed agrees with this genius idea. He then decides to let the big robot hurt itself instead, until he completely destroys itself. Reed asks Johnny to have him shoot itself, and waits for the perfect moment to do it. And Ben throws himself at the big robot, and it falls on his knees, and the real alien behind the big and giant robot appears. An ugly one though, and the Fantastic Four win again. I really enjoyed these last two episodes of the season. The first episode was fun, and a bit boring, but the exposure to how robots can feel and react if trained well was really nice. Ben gained a friend that day, a stronger and bigger friend though. For the second episode, another robot. I mean, enough with the robots already. However, the team spirit was really good this episode. How they coordinated their attacks and distractions were really nice. I hope to see this more in the next season. This brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow. And tell me, what do you think of these two episodes? Do you think Doom will try to train another bot against the Fantastic Four? Do you wish to see more villains other than the robots? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.